Hey guys, today I want to talk with you about the top 3 DPS classes for Ulduar. On the weekend we'll follow a complete tier list about all the DPS specs for Ulduar. We have now, in my opinion, enough data to judge things. For sure, things can change with full BIS for phase 2 Ulduar gear, but at the moment this is the info that we have. Things can change, but also I have to say things are not changing usually dramatically. So don't get me wrong, you will not see a Retribution Paladin on the top DPS parses, and also even with the nerf, Unholy DKs will be still awesome. Doesn't matter if you've only P1 BIS gear or P2. Like I said, on the weekend I will shoot out a complete tier list gear with commentary to all the specs, like a few 1 or 2 sentences about every spec, so that everybody has enough information what you want to pick, because I know that usually everybody has now minimum 2 characters ready, I would say. Or what means ready, but is playing 2 characters. So some people play the same classes twice, like me, Rogue, but also a lot of people have maybe a Warlock ready and a Shaman, and now they want to look around what's going on, what is doing better, and so on and so on. So stay tuned for the weekend when I bring out the complete tier list for all the specs. Today I want to talk about the 3 top DPS classes. Classes means also they have different specs. As you can see here, we have here Naxxramas, Satarion, Malygos, the rankings. As we all know, the rankings are pretty settled. Good thing is, there is only one very positive outlier with Unholy DK, and there are only 2 classes that have sadly no real good DPS spec, with Retribution Paladin and Warrior. Apart from that, like I said, the game is pretty good balanced, but anyways, we have top 3 classes for Ulduar. They are the same classes like in Naxxramas, so there will be not a big change. To be honest, at the moment I have the feeling this will kind of go through all Wrath, but I also think that there are some classes, like for example Mage, especially Fire Mage with more and more gear, and also maybe later on Warriors, that can come very close or even run into the S tier as well. The 3 classes that we're talking today are for sure Death Knights, Warlocks, and Rogues. They already were doing pretty good in Naxxramas. Unholy DK, like I said, as the very positive outlier. Yes, Unholy DK will receive a nerf. I'm not sure if the nerf is already like 100% safe like it is, but PTR showed already that they are definitely got hit hard in that case. That I mean, I think they will lose the top DPS spot. Who will rise to the top? I think that will be Affliction Warlock. Affliction Warlock is already super strong, will get even stronger with the Ulduar gear, and like I said, DK, Unholy DK is receiving a nerf. The gap between Affliction Warlock and Demo Warlock will be a little bit bigger, I think, during Ulduar, so you will usually see only one Demonology Warlock in the raid, and all the other Warlocks should be Affliction. That means also that I think Warlock will get even more stacked than it was already. I think most raid group had like between 3 and 5 Warlocks already, especially the ones that were passing or the ones that maybe were speedrunning, and now I guess we will see kind of minimum 5 per raid group if the raid group is taking it in a very serious way. DK at the moment were between 3 and 10, or some raids had even like 12 or 15, the real crazy passing groups, I would say. Don't get me wrong, they will still be very strong, they still will get stacked. I think between 3 and 5 Death Knights, or maybe even 6 or 7, could be still normal, especially because Frost DK also brings a lot of trash DPS within the raid. So I think just some players will swap from Unholy to Frost DK. And don't get me wrong, Unholy DK, single target DPS fight, boss fight, they will be still very, very strong. Maybe not a top DPS anymore, but still a top 3 minimum. So that leads also to Rogue. Rogue are already strong. Rogues will get even stronger. Why stronger? Because they definitely have a very good scaling with gear, especially Combat Rogue with the armor penetration. So I think that maybe 1 or 2 months into Ulduar, I think Combat Rogue could be better than Assassination Rogue, especially only looking into boss fights with more than 1 target. If you also look into the trash DPS, what is very important for speedrunning, then I think Assassination Rogue will stay superior above Combat Rogue. But apart from this, I think just for boss damage, I think Combat Rogue will get tie or maybe even better than Assassination Rogue. And also, because I said we talk about classes, Destruction Warlock makes no real sense. You can play it, but the other specs are still just stronger, especially the Affliction Warlock. And we have also the Frost DK. Frost DK will see rise of a play, especially because of the Unholy DK nerf. And I also said Frost DK is a little bit more well-rounded. Unholy is stronger, single target, if you play it perfectly right. But as you know, Frost DK also massive damage, also very, very good in trash DPS. So that doesn't mean that Unholy is not good in trash DPS, but Frost DK is here a little bit better. And at the end of the day, that leads to also that here this gap gets a little bit closer because between Frost and Unholy DK. But I still think that Unholy DK will see more play than Frost. I don't talk about Sub-Rogue because Sub-Rogue is a super bad PvE spec, not necessary to mention it. So overall, just to make it clear, DKs, Warlocks and Rogues will stay on the top. They are definitely fighting for the 3 top DPS specs. At the moment, my prediction is Affliction Warlock will be the best spec overall, if you include everything, boss DPS, trash DPS and so on. So if you have a Warlock as your choice, I think that's maybe the best choice at the moment if you just want to go with the best spec for DPS at the moment. But the other one are pretty close to each other. The game is kind of very well balanced in my opinion, but for sure, especially in parsing guilds or in speedrunning guilds, the best specs, the best classes will get usually stacked as much as possible. That's it for today, guys. Stay tuned, like and subscribe, and as I said, the tier list, the complete tier list will follow on the weekend. Bye bye.